Welcome back to Julianne's Kitchen. Julianne has stepped away and has asked Mary to fill in. Julianne has asked me to demonstrate the Ninja Crispy. The Ninja Crispy is a new machine that you can actually recrisp, air fry, and max crisp your food. When you recrisp your food, you're doing it at a temperature of 380 to 400 degrees, and you're reviving all your leftovers. So any leftover food that you want to recrisp and make it crispy to eat, you put it in the recrisp. You put it on the Recrisp mode by pressing the start, by selecting the mode and then hitting the start button and setting your timer. The air fry is 400 to 425 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's for foods that want to be crispy and crunchy. If you want them crispy and crunchy, and you only really need a little bit of olive oil when you use this machine, and you just click switch the mode to air fry, and then then set your timer, and then hit the start button. Then the max crispy is 425 to 450. It's best for frozen favorites, but it's if you want it like extra crispy, and that's really good for like breading food, like breading vegetables. For example, you would bread like zucchini, or you bread mushrooms, things like that. And it comes with two different size like containers. This glass container is the large one, and the next size down is the small one here. And it just locks in. You can hear it lock. So that's how you know it's on. I'm going to be breading some mushrooms, zucchini, eggplant, and some peppers tonight. I will be using Shaw's plain breadcrumbs, which I pre-seasoned already. And these are the breadcrumbs I pre-seasoned. I pre-seasoned them with garlic powder, oregano, salt, pepper, and I also used some grated Parmesan cheese as well, and some fresh parsley. And I got like this mix right here from this bag, this Shaw's bag, and I find Shaw's breadcrumbs are one of the best breadcrumbs out there. I've tried other gluten-free breadcrumbs, and they don't really stand up as well to like different breadcrumbs. They're not the best. Other ones aren't. This one is honestly one of the best. And you buy the plain breadcrumbs and you pre-season them. And you can use as much seasoning or as little seasoning as you like. It depends on your spice preference. If you don't have Shaw's breadcrumbs, I would recommend for a backup would be the 4C's crumbs, gluten-free plain, which you can season them as you like. So we're going to get started here tonight. And we're using some button whole mushrooms. We're going to be using some zucchini strips I pre-cut already. We have eggplant strips I pre-cut. And we have some pepper rings we're going to be using as well. We're going to be using pepper rings. And I already have my breadcrumbs already seasoned. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a station here. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a breading station. So we're going to do, the breadcrumbs are going to go at the bottom, at the end here. We're going to do this here. We're going to get some flour here, and we're going to use gluten-free flour, which I like. I like this gluten-free flour, and the brand that we use is Namaste. It's got all 8 allergens or 9 allergens out of it, and it works really well. If you don't have Namaste, you can use Pillsbury for a backup, but that's the only 2 I'd highly recommend. Other brands don't really turn out as well, and I find that they actually lump up, or they don't actually, like when you bread stuff, it doesn't really stay on the breading. The breading doesn't really stay on, so I only recommend the Namaste or the Pillsbury. That's my recommendation. if you're looking for some flour, gluten-free flour that you'd like to bread food with, or even use it for other things. Namaste is the #1 brand that I highly recommend. So what we're going to do is we are going to take and we're going to get some flour in here. We're going to get some flour in here. Okay, so we have the flour. And now we're going to get some salt and pepper, and we're going to just pre-season our flour, because I like to do that. I always do. I always pre-season my flour. So we have our salt right here. We added some salt in here. Now we're going to just sprinkle some pepper. Now what we're just going to do is we're going to mix this up with our hands just to get all the flour and the salt incorporated. Okay, so now what we're going to do, since we have all this incorporated, what we're going to do is we're going to grab some eggs now. We're going to crack some eggs into this bowl right here. Now we're going to add a little bit of milk here. We're adding some whole milk. If you don't have whole milk, you can add skim milk, you can add lactose free, you can have 2%, whatever your heart desires. Then we're going to take this here. We're going to take a fork, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a whisk here. We're going to whisk it up here with a whisk. Okay, so we're gonna bread the mushrooms first, and what we're gonna need is this. We're gonna add a little tiny bit of oil into this like fryer here. Not too much oil, just tiny bit. That's it. All you need is a little bit of oil. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start with the breading of the mushrooms. We're going to wash them first. And we're going to place them into the flour. So we're going to we're breading our mushrooms first with the flour. And we're just putting them in the egg mixture now. And I'm extra coating them in egg because I know that some of the egg is coming off this. So an extra coating. And we're just getting all the egg off here. Now we're going to take and we're going to switch the method. And we're going to finish breading the mushrooms and we'll be back. Okay, now that we have breaded all of our mushrooms here, what we're going to do is we're going to put them in there for like 12 minutes. We're going to put them in, we have them right here. We're going to flip them halfway through. We're going to turn it on max crispy plug. We're going to put this on like this. Show you how to do this. You're going to plug it in. And then what you're going to do is this. Once it's plugged in, you're going to take it, and it says 12 minutes. You're going to switch it to max crispy. You're going to do it for 12. Hit the start button. And when 5 minutes hits, you're going to flip it halfway through. And that's the noise you're going to hear, you know, for the machine. This is the noise you're going to hear. Now we're going to get to the next bit of frying. We're going to do the next frying, and we're going to get something to set the stuff on once it's breaded here. Right in here, we're going to set it. And the next frying we're going to do is we're going to do all the breaded zucchini here, and I'm going to show you how to bread this zucchini. So we're going to do, we got the zucchini strips here. We're going to put them in the flour. Then the egg. Okay, so what we're going to do is this. We're going to take it here, and we have it in our egg mixture right here. We're going to just coat all this in the egg, so we have all the flour here. We're going to coat all this here. We'll coat all this in the egg so it's extremely wet in egg. Doesn't matter how much egg we need. We want to extra double coat this thing. Then we want to flip it up like this and shove it in there. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to take all this breadcrumb here. Covering it in breadcrumb here. Let it set. And we're going to lay it in our tray. So we did the breaded zucchini and we're going to finish it and we'll be back. You know, we're going to flip this halfway through with a pair of tongs. And a little bit of more oil, just a tiny bit more. Now we're going to cook it for the rest of the remainder. And we'll be back. This is what the butter mushrooms look like. So now we're going to take these out and set them on this tray. We're going to set it for another 2 minutes on the max crisp because it's not done. Some of them were done, some of them weren't. And we'll be back. Now we're going to take out all the ones that are, everything that's done now. Okay, so we will be back. Now we're going to bread the zucchini here. Well, I'm going to put the breaded zucchini in. Okay, so we are going to take and put it on max crispy for 14 minutes. And when it gets to like 9 minutes, we're going to flip them. So we just flipped these here. We flipped them. And now we put the lid on and we're going to let them cook for the remainder and we'll be right back. Okay, now since my Ninja Crispy is ended, we're going to take out these zucchini strips here. We're going to put them in a container here. Oh, and they're really, really crispy. You can, yeah, I can hear the crunch right now. You can hear the crunch. That's how you know they're done. They got a golden brown, almost like a dark brown texture, and that's what you really want when it comes to crispiness. You really want the golden brown. You don't want them where they're underdone, you know? You want them extra golden brown, and to get the golden brown texture, you want to add a little bit of oil, vegetable oil, canola oil, peanut oil, any oil you got, you want to add it into here, a little bit. You don't want to add a lot, because a little bit goes a long way. But yeah, that's how you get them extra crispy here. And we're doing them in batches because if we do them all at once, they're not going to cook evenly and they're going to burn. And then we're going to have burnt zucchini strips. And we don't want burnt zucchini strips. We don't, because we're not looking for burnt zucchini strips. And we'll be back. Okay, now we're going to bread the eggplant here. We're going to do some flour. We're going to do flour, egg, and breadcrumb here. These are eggplant strips, which are good. And you're supposed to take off the skin with the eggplant strips. Most fairs don't do that. They leave the skin on. And I don't really care for that. And I don't think a lot of people do. But some people do. They like it that way. But you're really supposed to, when you do eggplant, you're supposed to take off the skin. And we're just coating them in egg, and I like to do lots of egg on them so the flour stays on. And we're just putting them in the flour here and make sure it's extra coated. And we're gonna finish these and we'll be back. Now we're gonna cook these eggplants on 18 minutes. And we're gonna put it in this silver tin here when it's done. $18 minutes here. Let's get it going here. I'm gonna flip it halfway through. And then we'll be right back. Now we're gonna take out our eggplant. Okay, so we cooked those and we'll be back. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bread these peppers here. We're gonna these are bell peppers. We're gonna bread them. We're going to see how they work. I hope they work. If not, then we won't. Okay. We're going to continue breading these and we'll be right back. Now we are going to be doing our peppers and they're going to cook for 8 minutes here, so we're going to get them in here now. These are bell peppers breaded, which look really good. Okay, so now we got those in there. Now we're going to do 8 minutes. Let me just add some oil to this so we don't have any burning. A little bit of oil. And we'll be back momentarily. Now we have our peppers that are breaded peppers here. Oh, and they're very crispy. Look at how crispy they look. They look magnificent. They look beautiful. All these peppers here. They look really, really good, these peppers. Okay, so now this is what your we've got your peppers here, your bell pepper. We have your eggplant, zucchini, and your breaded mushroom here with a little bit of homemade marinara sauce here. And this is what it looks like. So, yeah. Let us know what gluten-free items you want us to try next, and maybe we'll make them and try them. And see you in the next video.